Hello guys, welcome to the channel and thanks for joining me. Now, look, I am here, I promise, but I have got this mammoth box in front of me. I'm really excited. I know what it is. It actually arrived a day or two ago, but we've been so busy with other stuff. I haven't had a chance to open this yet. So it's way too big and sort of cumbersome to be opening right here now. So I'm just going to very quickly do that, and I'll be back when you can see exactly what's in the box. Okay guys, there are 3 boxes within the box. Each one is like a beautiful dream wrapped up here. So let's have a look. Just a quick clue at this stage, the other 2 boxes are matching speakers for this. But this is the main unit itself, and I can't remember if it's either untested or just doesn't work. And we all know that untested means doesn't work anyway, don't we? But nonetheless. Any guesses? Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is a fabulous old machine, really is. It's a Hanimex 8-track player come alarm clock radio, and it's pretty beaten up to say the least. I can't remember the exact model number of this, but I'll tell you about it in a second a bit more. So we've got a buzzer switch on there, sleep timer, record, time set. Basically we've got a lovely old alarm clock here, the flip clock, which is just fabulous. Actually not a flip clock, like a rotary clock I believe on this one, with the alarm. You've got for the radio, which you'd view through here, we've got the tuning knob, and then you've got your volume, you've got balance left and right, your treble and bass. Now those 2 feel really stiff. This balance, oh dear oh me, oh that's a shame. Okay, well no, that's okay, it's going to be fun. Basically I thought the knob was just missing and we'd have to make a new one, but essentially it's absolutely had it. It's obviously been smashed or banged really badly because the actual slider is totally and utterly destroyed. That's broken, so I'm gonna have to find a replacement for that. But so that's what it is. Your selector switch is on here, which is, oh dear oh me, AM, FM auto, tape or phono, and that is there we go. Right, it does work just about, but it's stiff, and somebody's taken that off before, and it's I'm talking about minutiae right now when I am really excited about this. I want to show you about it in a minute, but it's things like someone's had this off before and hasn't even lined the actual pointer up with the functions, and it looks like they've actually no, thought they might have super glued it on, but basically what they've done is, right, there we go, let's get this at least in the right place. There we go. There we go, that's one thing that's fixed already. It's just attention to detail really. So anyway, it's an 8-track player come FM AM radio come alarm clock, and it's just fabulous. It's got a super minute little instruction diagram, wiring diagram just on the top there, which is literally like, well, there's a cassette for reference for size, so it's absolutely tiny, but you never know, could be useful. Right, okay, there's a massive crack on the bottom there, which I didn't know about. At least I think the crack was on the bottom of one of the speakers. So it's obviously brittle, it's dry, it needs repairing. More so than that though, as well, is that someone's tried cleaning it in the past with like a scouring pad. So it's totally fogged up, where it should be shiny and glossy. And you can see it's all kind of sanded back with like 800 grit or something, so that needs properly sanding through and polishing up. But the case itself is broken anyway and needs rebuilding around this corner, so that's a mess. So yeah, we've got to kind of, it's very brittle, this whole plastic. Somehow we've got to reform that entire corner just there, find a brand new slider to replace this balance just here as well. Yeah, I don't even know if the 8-track's working. It looks like it needs a decent cleaning there for a start. So, and that's just for starters. Oh, and there was a screw that fell out as well in the and a washer that fell out in the packaging. So I'm guessing it's fairly, I can feel that the whole unit's kind of loose in there. Maybe someone's had this apart and thought better of it. Regular, I shouldn't laugh, but regular viewers of the channel will know how much I like to reuse the old packaging, and I'm often critical of people that don't package things very well. But I can say they've definitely packaged this very well. This is going to take me days to pick through. Well, it's the HRC 5020 if anybody's interested. We finally found, oh my days. Yeah, no, I've got to say, it really is in much worse condition than I thought. Originally, the only thing that I knew was that a corner had gone from one of the speakers and there was a crack in the bottom of one of them. Yeah, but that's a right old mess. I mean, that is like properly smashed in there. You don't know if you'll see the crack. There's a crack that runs all the way through there. Then there's a whole chunk missing there. Haven't even got the piece for it. Another crack running through there. This really is one almighty mess, to be honest. Now, when these are cleaned up, they should look stunning. They stack, these items stack. As a foot missing there that I've just noticed. We'll have to make one of those. Yeah, they can be sat side by side. They can be stacked up. They can be hung on the wall via the little keyholes just there. But I've got to say, so far, I'm not quite as excited as I was. It was always going to be a restoration project. But I had no idea to the extent of how much work is actually required in rebuilding the chassis. That's going to be a bit tricky, to be honest. Right, one more speaker. Yeah, and that one's totally destroyed as well. I mean, there's like a 1/8 of an inch gap, like a step between that. Is totally mullered. So yeah, I don't really want to complain because he packaged them so well, and I guess I've got my money's worth in packaging, to be honest. But overall, yeah, this looks like a bit of a disaster. So we don't know if any of this works. Well, I'm sure it doesn't. The balance control is mullered, absolutely destroyed, needs a new slider on the board there. The others feel stiff, there's a knob missing. The 8-track I don't think works. I probably think the clock doesn't work either. All of the speakers are like totally mullered, just smashed up and everything else. So it's going to be a job. It's certainly going to be a lot of work to try and sort this out, that's for sure. But I reckon it could be a bit of fun, to be honest. That's as wide as the shot's going to go right now. But do you know what? Looks like a right old jumble sale. It's probably only worth a couple of quid. Not nearly worth what I've paid for it, that's for sure. But we're sure as heck are going to get a decent project out of this. So yeah, there's going to be loads to do. At the risk of repeating myself, the more I look, the more I see. There's also a massive dent, which you won't really see, in the faceplate down here. That's supposed to be flush, and it's actually like down probably 1/2 an inch, so that all needs removing and tapping flat. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother plugging this in yet. It's all a mess. I need to kind of, yeah, I mean, oh dear oh me, I may even have to think about reforming or remaking. These are going to be a proper strip down. I'm just thinking out loud. We're going to have to totally take these apart. I mean, the screws holding everything together are rusty, so whether we'll even get them apart is anyone's guess. The speakers themselves probably don't even work. So this is going to be a full-on restoration project. And yeah, I mean, look at this plug. Anybody in the UK will know, and if you're not from the UK, let me explain. We have 3 pin plugs here in the UK. We have as our neutral, and there's our live, or what you would call a hot wire, and there's the earth through here. And these, so it's basically a 3-core cable that's wired into here, but this is the central screw that holds it all together. And you can see how rusty that is. That's obviously been stored in a damp environment or got wet at some point, so it may well be corroded in there anyway. Even though the cables are copper and the contacts tend to be like a copper, well, brass or plated at least inside, I'm not going to risk plugging any of this in today. It's just too much of a mess. So I'm going to put a new plug on there. At some point I'm looking to put some retro flex on there, like maybe like a braided coloured flex or something like that, to be really cool. There's just so much work to do on this, it's unreal. Having said that, they are so rare that I think it's got to be worth it, right? I think this is going to look amazing when it's done. I'm just looking at it now thinking, well, yeah, sure thing, but that's a lot of work. So anyway, that's enough of me rabbiting on, thinking about what I'm going to be doing with this. Let me know if you've got one, if you've got any experience with them, or if you've worked on any, or indeed if you've got any spare parts or anything like that that I might need. Yeah, give us a shout. But in the meantime, I'll be back soon, so you guys stay safe. I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye for now.